What's going on? Welcome to my channel. I'm the cover call guy, and my goal is to create a $120,000 per year passive income using only cover call ETFs. My portfolio currently yields about 70. Actually, I gotta update this. My portfolio yields $72,000. Guys, if you're not buying a dip, if you're not enjoying the red days, you guys are not gonna make this generational wealth. All right, buy on the dips. I've been buying on the dips. I know the past few days, including today, has been tough, but you embrace the red. When it's the red days, you look at your phone and you buy. When it's the green days, go back to sleep and just let it just collect the cash. And I make a little over $6,000 a month. Legal disclaimer before we start: this content is for informational and educational purposes only and is not financial advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor or tax professional. All opinions are my own and may be incorrect. Trading and investing involve risk, including loss of principal. Always, please do your own research and consult a licensed professional before making any financial decisions. I am just some random idiot you found online, and I could be completely wrong. Now, with that out the way today, I just want to talk about, life, really. I got into this topic because I was, sitting and working for corporate and sitting in your cubicle and talking to your coworkers. You can only do so much, right? Especially if your coworkers are just, I just don't understand the mindset of working for 40, 45 years of your life. I mean, if you hate your situation, like, this is your sign to change, right? You got to know that investing is the formula to escape the rat race. Who wants to do this for the rest of their lives? You're giving up so much of your prime years, right? I mean, I can only do so much. I can only try and convince my coworkers and my friends. I asked them, like, if you're headed to work right now and you hate it, this is your sign to change. This is your sign to be like, I need a way out. I need to create a way out. I need to do something. If you hate your situation, this is like, you gotta have like the epiphany and be like, oh my God, like something in my life has to change. It doesn't have to be crazy too. It doesn't have to be crazy. If you consistently just invest and work your way up, and the salary, and so you can invest more, in 3 years you guys can live a totally different life. Really. I mean, I don't know. I think I just hate, like, I try to wake up and not like my situation every day just so I stay motivated. That probably sounds crazy, but it keeps me motivated. Because there are going to be times where, the market's falling, and if you're a new investor or you're a little bit more emotional, and you actually started investing like maybe a year or 2 years, and you start to build up $100,000, $150,000 portfolio, and you start to see it drop, you're like, oh my God, all my gains are going away. You need something to hold you down, right? I've been there, coming up on almost $1 million in my portfolio. I've been there. Like, I've been down like 100 grand, 110 grand, but I embraced it. And then when I buy the dip, it's like a whole dip, and then when it's back to the bull market, you're like plus 300,000. You're like, holy crap. So embrace the red days, guys, because it will get you out of your situation. Don't let someone sway you, right? Remember why you're doing this. Remember, this is your time, and this is your sign to change. Talking about rat race, I don't know if anybody know the terminology. Maybe it's just I guess it's just out there. But the rat race, to me, I first learned about it when you start investing, in a lot of these communities will talk about the rat race. And if you Google like rat race meme, you see like the rat just chasing the money, and then being on the subway, and it's just a whole cycle. So it's like, if you're heading to work and you are not alone, this feeling is a state of financial servitude, right? It feels like you're a goddamn slave, right? Defined not by income but a lack of autonomy. I hate it. I mean, it's just a thought of, like, I don't know if anybody else been there, but if you're older, at least in your 30s, and then you end up having a boss that's like 22, and you're asking your boss that's 22 years old if you could have time off or making a doctor's appointment. To me, that's like, man, I don't know. Maybe it's just my pride and ego, but That's when it kind of clicked too. I was like, man, what the? I am not about to be 40 years old, 50 years old, asking a 30-year-old if I could have some these days off around Christmas or New Year's or with Thanksgiving or like whatever, right? I don't know. I just don't envision myself that. I guess it's nothing wrong with that. It's just if I were to continue working, being a 40, 50, 60-year-old, asking someone half my age, even though I've been working there for 35 years, if I gotta have time off, that's crazy to me, right? So the rat race is just basically you work 9 to 5, you trade your most valuable asset, your time, your youth, your prime, for a paycheck just to stay afloat. You get the paycheck, you feel a moment of relief as your active income, money you work for comes in. Then you got to pay all your bills. Like literally, unless you're making really, really good money. But I'm talking about like 90% of the population, including myself, right? I mean, for those earning more than 10 grand a month, good for you. I guess you could save a lot more, or even 15 grand a month, good for you. But I'm talking about the majority of people. I don't think a lot of people actually make that type of money. Yeah, I mean, especially after taxes, health insurance, and then paying rent, the mortgage, and then groceries, and then your family. Man, that's tough, right? And then you just repeat the cycle. It's like an endless cycle. It's like an endless doom cycle. And I just felt, I don't know, I feel burnt out. And I'm sure a lot of people feel this way too. But investing has really kept me grounded and has especially, I mean, I love the bull market. I love it as just as much as anyone else. But the red days really do excite me. And I think I got a comment saying like, man, does the red day really excite you? Like you have to be like kind of insane. I'm like in my head, I'm like, the red days are how you make your generational wealth, when you're down like 5, 10%, 15%, and then you kind of just dump money into excellent quality ETFs or stocks, right? Like my cover call stocks. And then you just watch it just shoot back up, and now your NAV is up by a lot, so you don't have to worry about NAV erosion. And then you consistently still got paid, so I don't even have to worry about that. So it's like a win-win for me, It's like it feels good. I guess I'm a little bit more experienced, and I know what I hold. I have high conviction in what I hold. For those that don't own or hold quality, ETFs, you might want to think about, what these red days are showing you, right? Especially if it doesn't recover, it doesn't kind of the stock appreciate in value, and your payout has decreased also. So something to think about. I know people don't like seeing their portfolio go down, but for me, the portfolio going down just means I buy things at a greater price, right? I think of it this way: if you're buying groceries and there's nothing wrong with the groceries, but it's on sale, would you not buy it? Would you not buy it? I mean, are you gonna stay away from it? If I see a house that I've always wanted, my dream house, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it went 30% off, would I not buy it, or do I go, nah, I'm gonna wait for it to go back up or even higher? I mean, that's how I see it, right? I mean, that's how I see my assets, and that's how you should see your assets. If you're holding good, excellent quality assets, you want it to go on sale. I mean, I love for it to keep staying on sale. I'll just keep buying more. I mean, is the S&P 500 going away? Is the Nasdaq going away? I don't know. I don't think so. Is the Mag 7 going away? I'll keep buying it. Easy money. All right. The antidote is passive income. I think I really try to talk to my coworkers and friends about this, like creating a second salary. I just kept telling them, like, you have to find a way to create, like, even $500 a month goes a long way. Because $500 a month is what? Your phone bill, your internet, maybe, maybe groceries if you're singles, and then that's $500. And that took off a lot of, pressure off you, right? And I was just telling them, investing is the antidote. Investing is the direct and most powerful antidote to this condition. The escape is not about becoming a billionaire. It's about reclaiming your time and your freedom of choice. So I'm just trying to explain, every dollar that you put in it's like a dollar you're freeing yourself away from the corporate slavery. You're buying back your time, essentially, right? I mean, I'm trying to buy back. I'll try to work all of my 30s, and then pretty much 40, 50, 60 plus. Hopefully I live to, I don't know, 80, 90, if I can still function, and then I buy back my time. I mean, I want to live my life. I don't want the people that was like buy growth and then you sell it after 30, 40 years. I mean, I get the mindset because I was once there, but I also don't get it because now I don't see myself like, why would I retire at 50, 55, 60, 65? Like, my body's already my body is already breaking around 30, and I see myself as healthy. I mean, I say I work out and try to keep in shape, but I mean, my back, my knees, my shoulders at 60, 65, it's just gonna be worse, right? I mean, and then breaking a chain. This is achieved by building streams of passive income. Your money. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have typed it like that. Right, this is achieved by building stream of passive income. Your money earns for you. Your passive income grows large enough to cover your expenses. You're no longer dependent on a job. You have broken time for money chain. And I think right now, I'm in the process. I'm like 70%. I'm like 60% of the way, and then once I reach the full 100, I'm really breaking the chain. And that's when I go into, I really don't care about work. I'll go in there, do what I gotta do, maybe leave early, whatever. If I get fired, I get fired. I don't even care at that point. So one day we'll all reach there, breaking the chain. All right, two primary path to wealth is total income. This approach focuses on growing your total net worth, which is not always most important, right? I like to say, don't show me your net worth, show me your cash flow. This includes all dividends and all unrealized gain on the paper, on paper increase in your stock's value. This is a traditional buy and hold path, and it's highly effective for a 30-year retirement plan. And then there's income investing. This approach focuses on generating maximum spendable cash flow from your investments right now. For someone trying to escape the rat race, the psychological value of this approach is immense. All right, the power of mailbox money, right? Abstract versus tangible. An unrealized gain of $1,000 in a growth fund is abstract. In contrast, a $1,000 dividend payment that hits your bank is tangible. It is real money you can use today. This tangible cash flow is a powerful behavioral motivator. It provides a sense of stability and control. You can literally track your escape, which is what I'm doing, right? You see my opening. You see the progress. You see the progress bar. I'm literally tracking my escape. So, it keeps me motivated, right? My dividends now pay for my phone bill. Next, they'll cover my rent, and then they'll cover my lifestyle, and then they'll cover my Lamborghini. Right, the accelerator cover call ETFs, 8 to 12% is where I like to keep it for the most part. For my core, 8 to 12%, maybe 15%. That's just where I think the Goldilocks yields are at. It might be for me, not for you, and it's just where my kind of safe zone is. Remember, I'm in my early 30s, and I'm trying to, if I can live till 90, I'm trying to have these cover calls pay me till I'm 90, right? So I don't plan to sell. So this is like kind of my Goldilocks zone. Right, build cash flow fast for an investor seeking to escape. In 3 to 7 years, the goal is to build this mailbox money stream as fast as possible. This is where high yield cover call ETFs enter the picture. These instruments are tools specifically designed to maximize current income. And I say 3 to 7 years because, yes, whoever's watching this video, if you're starting at zero, you can literally be free and in as little as 3 years to as long as 7 years. Now, how fast you can get there is all dependent on you. How much you desire to make, right? Your active income. You have to keep climbing the food chain. You have to invest more. You have to live below your means. And if you have a partner or want a partner, you have to have that partner on the same mindset as you. You can't be living this frugal lifestyle, and then you choose someone who wants a bougie lifestyle, and they save nothing but spend everything, and they even spend more than they earn. It's not gonna work out. Ditch them. Let them go. Not worth it. Drop them. You gotta stay locked in. You have to stay locked in. And I say as little as 3 years, because you might not do 8 to 12% like I do. So for me, it might 8 to 12% might have to push to around 7 years. 3%, you might have to go for like the 15, 20, 25, 30%. The if you guys are subscribers and watch my videos, those are what I label the turbo cover call ETFs, right? The BTCIs, right? The 30% plus, right? The Maggies, and whatever 30% else is there. I can't think of the top of my head right now. But you build those up first, and then you slowly transition the cash to safer, lower yields. Right, how they generate high yields. The mechanism, cover call ETFs typically own a basket of stocks like those in S&P or NASDAQ, then sell call options on those stocks. This action generates an immediate cash flow payment. I have all this. I know people that subscribe and watch all my videos, thank you for that, number one. And number two, I always have these definitions. I know for anyone who watches my videos, if not all of them, I appreciate you. Thank you for that. And for the new subscribers, I always try to put the definitions and how they work, because you might be new to channel, you might be new to cover call ETFs or / income investing, and you might want to get your foot in it, so I always try to break down the pros and the cons in every single video. And premium, what premium is just a cash payment known as option premium. This premium is the primary source of the fund's high distribution, which are then paid out to you, often monthly, as the mailbox money, right? And I say mailbox money because typically, like the old day, you get a check in your mailbox. That's how they actually paid the dividends out to you. The boomer days. The brokerage would actually mail you monthly those checks. The strategic trade-off, right? How they generate these high yields is obviously there has to be a trade-off, right? Almost all cover call ETFs sell the upside. What that means is the high income strategy involves a deliberate trade-off. By selling a call option, the fund is essentially selling its upside potential in a massive bull run. A cover call ETF will lag a standard index fund. And so for those who are new to cover call ETFs / income investing, you're gonna get the argument where, oh, just buy growth, you're young, it's gonna completely outpace blah 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 blah. Yes, that's true. There's no argument to that. I'm not arguing it. However, if you were trying to live your life within the next 10 years and actually just be away from the game of slaving away that 9 to 5, growth, depending on how much you make, is not going to cut it. I don't know how much you can buy with growth or for it to really pop off like that for you to sell it all and live off of it. I don't think that's possible. Again, unless you are a very high income earner. And when I'm talking about high income, I'm talking about at least $150,000 to like $200,000 plus, where you're able to invest like $75,000, $100,000 a year or more. So otherwise, how are you going to live off of that? Because those growth stocks, if you're trying to live off the dividends and not sell, those growth stocks pay like 1 or 3%. So you're gonna need like $2.5 million. So, or that's my point. The con is the point for an escape-focused investor like myself. This is not a con, right? It is the entire point. You are making a conscious choice to forgo potential on certain future gains in exchange for a concrete, spendable, high-level income today. And yes, that's another argument to growth stock is you might have 3 bad years of the market just staying flat or going down, and then going back up and then staying flat and then going down for 3 straight years. It happens, right? Or an entire decade. That's called a lost decade. We had those from 2000 to 2010 during the bubble. And then we had a little bit of that from 2008 to like 2011, I think. All right, the hidden benefit, a smoother ride, right? A psychological cushion. This strategy has another powerful benefit, lower volatility. The options premium received by a fund acts as a cushion during flat or falling markets. While the broader market might be down, the income from the premiums help offset those losses, resulting in a smoother ride. This is a massive psychological advantage to help you stay invested. And that's why I'm talking about from 2008 to 2009, when the housing market popped, right? So it did cushion, kind of the fall a little bit. The 3-year formula, Barista FIRE, a more powerful goal, replacing a full-time salary in 36 months is ambitious but doable. But a high-yield strategy makes a different, more powerful goal achievable. Barista FIRE, right? It is not about quitting work entirely. It's about using passive income to gain autonomy, to quit the high-stress rat race job and transition to a low-stress part-time job to cover remaining expenses and benefits. You're basically, if it has replaced your salary, but you're just doing it to really build up the portfolio a little bit more. So it is very possible. The Barista FIRE math, right? The goal, you aren't trying to generate $100,000 a year. You're trying to generate at least $1,500 to $2,500 in passive income. The math is that you need at least a 12% yield on a $100,000 portfolio. It's $12,000 a year, and that's $1,000 a month. In aggressive 3 to 5 year saving plans make this very, very achievable. Again, I would go for at least $300,000. That way you have $3,000 coming in. So very possible, 3 to 7 years, right? The action, that $1,000 a month is in mailbox money, is your liberation. It covers your essential bills and gives you the cushion to walk away. Now, yes, I'm an American. I live in the United States. That $1,000 is not going to do jack for you in the United States. This is the part where you think about Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. Name some in the comments. Southeast Asia or some parts of, I don't know about Europe. Europe is expensive. Or if you want to go into some parts of South America, but then again, the safety issues. So if for those who are already there, list them in the comments. I appreciate all the help, because maybe some people that are subscribed are already retired, living that life. So please leave the country you're in and how much you need. My conclusion, right? If investing isn't just for retirement, it's liberation, right? Nobody wants to fully retire. When I talk about retired, I don't work a traditional job, but I'll probably still do YouTube. I'll do something. I don't know. I'll make videos on. I'll learn how to fish. I don't even know how to fish, but I'll learn how to fish and make YouTube videos on that. Right? So I'm not just straight up doing nothing, right? So I'm not sleeping in all day. Maybe at the beach though, a couple of times. The beginning of my retirement, I'll sleep. I'll sleep in and enjoy the beach for like the first 2 weeks. A high-use income strategy is a direct, actionable, and powerful formula for a faster escape. It is a conscious choice to prioritize today's cash flow over tomorrow's uncertain gains. This is your sign. This video is your sign. My voice is your sign. Right? The escape is not a fantasy. It's a mathematical and psychological process. It begins by converting your active income into a stream of passive mailbox money that builds month by month until it is strong enough to buy back your time and your freedom. This is your sign, guys. Listen to the sound of my voice. It's going to lead you to financial freedom. We're going to get there. The road to heaven. We're all going to get there. Everybody watching, everybody subscribing, everybody liking, everybody commenting. We're all going to get there. All right. Questions? None? Good. Start today. Don't be in the same place a year from now. Subscribe, comment, like. I appreciate everything. Love, hate comments. I appreciate them all. Catch you guys in the next. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.